My name is Don Bowie. I'm a Canadian, but I live in Bishop, California, and I'm a professional climber and have been so for about 7 years. Yeah, I've been to Annapurna now. This is my third time, and so the south face in the sanctuary is quite a bit different than the north face, just in the way it looks. The south face is a lot steeper, a lot more sustained, and it doesn't have near the serac, broken icefall, and the hanging seracs as much as here on the north face. So when you start to piece the north face route together, really it's not all that dangerous as I thought it would be. You can really weave a way through a lot of the avalanche zones unless something catastrophic happens. But the sheer beauty, the views, the vistas, the fact that you're in this huge cirque of mountains that almost surround you, it's really glorious to be here. But it is a little safer, believe it or not, than it was in my mind before I got here. Well, I don't know if Carlos remembers, but the first time we met was in 2009 in Gasherbrum 1 base camp. And we were on a small team attempting Gasherbrum 3 and on the north face. Of course he's a famous guy and I've heard quite a bit about him, and so I was very curious to meet him. And the very first experience I had in climbing near him and beside him was the other day when we made our ascent to Camp 3. And then by the time I got to the top and I had set my tent up, there all of a sudden Carlos comes up over, and he had passed everybody on the way, and I thought, holy cow, man, this guy is strong. Made it to Camp 3, passed everybody on the way. I was really impressed with how strong he was. And the only problem is that I think, I know his age, and I know he's been climbing, I know a little bit about him, and I think now that maybe my sponsors might expect me to sign like a 30-year contract now for my climbs, and it makes me a little bit afraid. I was hoping to retire in 10 years or something, and now the bar has been raised, and so I think maybe it might be impressive to other people, but it's a little intimidating to us as professional athletes. I may have to be at this for a while now, so it's not exactly a comfortable feeling. Just in the brief conversations we have, his experience and his respect for the mountains is something that I think we appreciate in the conversations that we've had, and it seems that we have a similar approach. Very conservative, very patient. You wait for the right time. You don't care what anybody else is doing on the mountain, and then when the right time comes, the right weather, and you feel good and you're prepared, then you go for it. And that kind of relaxed perspective, the laid back, tranquil perspective and viewpoint towards the mountains, I think is really important if you want to get to the summit and come back home, but also to enjoy yourself, not be so influenced by what everybody else is around you. Make your own decisions based on your own experiences, and he seems very, very confident in that. So I think probably we'll go to the summit on the same day, and I really look forward to that.